Well, a month makes a real difference in the looks of our pumpkin patch. Last time you saw it, you saw mostly soil and a few small plants coming up. But now, these vines have totally covered this garden, and they're really doing well. And remember, we planted 3 varieties. We planted Burpee Prize Winner Hybrid, and that's what this one is right here with these giant leaves. We also planted Autumn Gold Pumpkin and Jack Be Little, which we'll take a look at in just a moment. Now, if you're growing a prize winner type pumpkin that you want to get extra large, you need to start paying attention to how many fruits are on that vine. We have one started right here. Then if you look further on up the vine, we have another one here, and we have a third one starting right here. Now I'm going to take off those 2, and I may go ahead and let some of the vine grow, but I'll take off those 2 female blossoms because I just want that one down here to develop. As you can see, this one hasn't even opened yet, but that's a nice graphic example of a female blossom on any cucurbit type plant. And those flowers have not opened yet, but you can still see the baby fruit that is not yet developed. But we're taking those off. There'll be less competition with this one down here. Now, our big payoff on this garden, I think, is a result of the fact that we had it in cover crops all last winter and early this summer until we rototilled it under and planted the pumpkins. Pumpkins respond very, very well to high organic matter levels in the soil. They also do well if they've had plenty of rainfall, and here in Stillwater we've had adequate rainfall. Pumpkins can start getting into powdery mildew disease problems later in the summer, especially if you're doing a lot of overhead watering and not getting much drying conditions in between waterings, and so watch out for that. If you have a pumpkin patch, try to put a soaker hose out there or just lay the hose down and let it flood the garden rather than do overhead watering, and your foliage will stay healthy longer and feed the pumpkins longer too. Now over here we have a variety that's become very, very popular for tabletop type decorations, and it's called Jack Be Little variety. We have several growing back in among the trellis. This is one that I picked off to show you. This is one of the larger ones that I've seen. And Jack Be Little, as with most pumpkins, is edible. And so if you get more than you need for decoration, you can eat them just like a winter squash. This one is not quite ready for harvest. As with winter squash, we do the thumbnail test, and that resists my thumbnail some, but still it pierces more easily than if it were left on there for a couple more weeks. But I wanted to show it to you. The last one I want to show you is Autumn Gold Pumpkin. That one's shaping up very, very nicely. The Autumn Gold, remember, is one that is yellow from the very beginning and stays a nice orangey color, so it is a fairly foolproof pumpkin. So you may want to plan that for in your garden next year. Now, if you've been late getting pumpkins in, taking some of those later blossoms or later female blossoms off will help hurry the others along and help them ripen up and beat the frost. Also, make sure you fertilize the pumpkins and keep them growing nice and healthy, and you should get a crop in time. If you missed planting any, there's always time for next year, but make sure you mark your calendar for early to mid-July for getting your pumpkins in so you have a proper fall harvest.
We hope you've enjoyed this classic from the Oklahoma Gardening Vault. Remember, even though these tips and techniques are timeless, there's always something new to learn in the world of gardening. By subscribing to both Oklahoma Gardening and OK Gardening Classics, you'll have access to a wealth of gardening knowledge, both classic and contemporary.